Buenos dias, bienvenidos a Malaga. It is Estación de Autobuses. Today we're about to hop on a bus to go up to El Torcal de Antequera, about 30 kilometers north of here. It's a national park or natural park of limestone formations pushed up from the earth over the centuries, eons, and whatever is more. And it promises to be a great day of hiking once we get up there. And I can't wait to see on the ground what I've seen from Google Earth. Hot day too, about 80 degrees expected. But nothing begins without my cafe con leche. Now I have been over the past trying to wean myself off the cream and coffee, but no one makes a cafe con leche like the Spaniards do. And this particular place behind me did quite a nice job of one this morning. So the bus is back over there, a little run, Diallo, and we'll hop on that bird. Make our way up. About 45-minute trip with a stop in between. See you up there. Good morning again. We're on the bus right now, just past Casa Venero. Look at that. It's like West Texas, but with big trees and olive trees. And we're making our way at the base of the Sierra Nevada. But we'll make a stop up here in a few minutes, and then we head back down to the El Torcal Canyon area. So, nice little bus ride. Empty. Crit. Well, welcome to Antequera, the San Sebastian Church right there across the city, and we're on top of a old Moorish fortress, looking over the valley here. That's Lover's Rock, way at the end there, where the story is told that a Moorish and Christian lovers committed suicide. To show their respect and love. Very Romeo and Juliet, which the Romans were here way before the Moors came in at about 700, and they built this Alcazar. Not much left of it here. Got a bit more into it. But nonetheless, they're always very fun to come around and watch and take tours of. But we've got a little bit bigger of an issue going on in that I've converted 1,300 meters to be 5,000 feet, or 4,400 feet really, 500 feet off. And that's where we're going today. So we've got a long ways to go, but we're packed and ready for it. We'll tour a little bit of city first and head on the road out to the mountain there. Interesting fact about this city, it's right in the middle of Andalusia, and it's always been a very important part from the Roman times all the way when the Moors came in. A very hospitable city for any type of religion from 700 to about 1200, and actually 700 to 1262, I believe it was. And then the Christians came in, and everything just kind of went topsy-turvy after that. But they stayed on until the 1400s, at which time that's when Ferdinand came in and took over the rest of the city here and converted to Catholicism. So there's 32 churches in here. There's a beautiful one right up this way. We're going to take some quick shots of that, and then off on our trek to our 5,000-foot mountain, which, by the way, is about twice as tall as the mountain we just did in Connecticut. So we got a lot to do. And it's just after 8 o'clock. The bus leaves at 7 o'clock tonight back to Malaga. I have to be on it. So we've got a lot to do. Let's get going. We're up the church looking over the hillside here of Antequera. Spectacular, isn't it? Beautiful sunlight on this one today. And the Moorish fortress right behind it here. Those two had absolutely nothing to do with each other, one being Catholic and being Muslim. But 1st century after Christ. We've got some nice Roman baths that have been unearthed recently. And you can start from the bottom, typical format. This lasted from the 1st century until the 5th century BC. And you've got your caldarium, frigidarium, and tepidarium. So you've got your hot to cold to mild, and in between. Of course, this would have been covered with a bunch of marble and tiles and lots of vegetation for decoration. Because that's some more ruins up over here. In the background, there's some of the mountains we are headed to. Got a lot to do. Well, we've gained some altitude here. Fortunately, working in the aircraft, I hope that helps me out with any altitude adjustment going up to about 5,000 feet. Because they usually work between 5,000 and 8,000 feet. And I've noticed that helps me when I play hockey up in Denver. You know, it's a mile-high city, tend to have less issues than those other people when it comes to the altitude bit. It's been a good trail already. Let's take a look here. I could go off trail and go straight up. No. We're going to follow the trail. Do it right. What spectacular. Just beautiful. You see the town back down in there. You think of the centuries and centuries of Moorish invaders, Roman invaders, Catholic, Christian invaders coming through here. The trails that they probably avoided going through the valleys, but had a damn good time. Well, it's just past 10 o'clock, so we've been a solid hour walking. Hiking actually from way down there. We just through the city center, possibly. And now we're up at 1,064 meters, which is about 3,400 feet. And we've got to go up there, which is about 1,000 feet more to 4,450 feet. The hike's gone pretty well, actually. It's a little rough down at the beginning part. I see there's some off-trail people thinking they've got a better idea. I'm not doing off-trail today. Maybe on the way down, because that seems fairly reasonable in a slide on your ass kind of way. So it's hot, and so I know it's only supposed to be like 70 up here today, but we're down to the tank top now. But still a bunch of brush to go through, and I did bring the long pants with the zip off, so I don't have to worry about the stingy meadow weed and all those contraptions that are growing out of the ground. So pretty neat pathway here. That's clearly they developed. I'm straddled on a cliff pikey thing, and we're gonna go up that way there. So I'm gonna finish up my granola bar, have some more of my crappy Gatorade, and then we'll see you at the top. Paraje natural. That's Spanish for 1,000 feet to go. So we're getting our final ascent up to the top here, and so far it looks like a fairly decent route. So we'll see what goes on up there. This is the beginning of El Torcal National Park, and all the limestone formations, which is probably pretty spectacular. Was my original goal today. But like when Hio gets a scent of a deer or something, I have a scent of the top of a mountain. I gotta go climb up. I'm curious what this sign says on this side. As I duck to the barbed wire, it says top of the mountain in Spanish, or nuclear test site. I don't know which.